Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Kevin Finch. This week we will visit with field hockey coach Gina Wills, women's soccer captain Grace Coombs, and men's cross country captain Nick Watson. But we start with a look back at the week of W&L athletics. Volleyball improved to 12-3 overall and 4-0 in conference play with ODAC wins over Roanoke, Ferrum, and Bridgewater. Women's tennis produced a 9-0 ODAC victory over Roanoke, while men's soccer moved to 7-0-1 overall with a pair of wins, defeating number 15 Christopher Newport 2-1 and winning its ODAC opener over Guilford 8-2. As a result, they now have vaulted to the number 1 ranking in Division III for the first time in program history. Women's cross country placed 3rd out of 18 teams at the Dickinson Invitational, and men's cross country finished 3rd of 8 teams at the Shenandoah Hornet Harrier. Football produced an exciting 25-24 win over number 16 Randolph-Macon to move to 3-1 overall and 2-0 in the ODAC, while women's soccer tied Roanoke 1-1 to move to 5-1-1 overall and 0-0-1 in league play. Finally, field hockey improved to 6-0 for the first time in program history, with a 4-2 win over Catholic and a 4-1 win over number 18 Center. Joining me now is head coach of field hockey, Gina Wills. Gina, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We have to begin with some news here. The Generals field hockey team is now ranked 16th in the nation, and that's the highest in program history. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the team has beaten 2 ranked opponents, former number 14 Christopher Newport, and on Sunday number 18 at the time, Center, 6-0, and you're heading into ODAC plays. What's making the team so successful so far?
Yeah, I've been really proud of the team and our performance so far. We came into the season in really great shape. The team put in a lot of energy and effort over the summer with their workouts and their training and just getting in a lot of play. And they came in ready from the start, and they've been playing really well together. We focus on being supportive of our teammates on the field, off the field, and it's that energy that has propelled us forward in our success on the field.
So you have this great start. So how do you avoid kind of letting down as you go into conference play? Is there a thing where coaches kind of worry about too much success too fast?
You know, we're focused in on just taking it kind of day by day, and the results that we're getting are from the effort and the energy that we've been putting in. And we talk a lot about our second effort and having kind of a 0-0 mentality in everything that we're taking. And we're focused in on us as a team and how we're training each day. And so we're just really focusing in on our journey and being the best team that we can be each day.
There's a little secret to the program this year. You're doing all this without an assistant coach. How are you even managing that?
Well, the great thing about our program is that we have an amazing group of women on the team, and they've been very supportive of each other, and being focused in at practice, taking whatever we're working on and making sure that they're challenging themselves, they're challenging each other. We have great leadership with our seniors on the team. Our upperclassmen, our captains have done an outstanding job, and I'm very fortunate as a coach to have that. We have a great athletic department around us that supports us, and I have a lot of personal support at home, so it's just they've made it an easy process for me.
Good. You made it to the ODAC title game last year. What about goals for this year?
You know, the team, we're focused in on being the best team that we can be. We've set little challenges for ourselves along the way, and we're really focused in on our journey and what that looks like along the way for us. We know that if we do those things, we'll be where we want to be at the end of the season, but it's, really looking at the day and making sure that we're taking it as the best that we can be.
Very good. Gina, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Here with me now is Grace Coombs, a senior women's soccer player from Boca Raton, Florida. Grace, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You guys are on a roll defensively. I mean, you're a goalkeeper, so the defensive part of that's right up your alley. Team captain, last year's spring MVP. So you're the perfect person to talk to about your defense. 5-1-1 overall, and in the first 5 games, no goals allowed. From your position in front of the net, do you sense that the team is kind of bought into a real defensive mindset?
I do. I think one of our big goals as a team is to be a really hard team to beat and to concede very few goals. And I think our ability to defend as a unit and to defend as a team has been really key in some of the success that we've been finding defensively. That being said, I think we are looking to be really dangerous in the attack, and in our upcoming games, we're hoping to score a lot of goals.
Well, it's funny you say that, because there's an interesting statistic that came out of the Roanoke game. Ended up being a disappointment for you, a tie on a corner kick right at the end of the game. But there was an interesting statistic there, which is that you had a 21 as a team, 21-6 advantage in shots, even though it didn't turn out that well. How do you recover from a bit of a letdown where the shots are great, but the scoring wasn't good? How do you recover from that kind of a letdown?
I think we're going to use the Roanoke game as a reminder that we really need to put away our chances. Obviously, outshooting a team 21-6 tells us that we were the dominant team in the match. So moving forward, we really need to focus on capitalizing on our opportunities so that the final score reflects our abilities as a soccer team.
Last spring, you tied Bridgewater in the ODAC championship game. Lost on penalty kicks. What are the goals for this season to try to improve on that?
Coming off the loss in PKs, we're definitely eager to claim the ODAC title this year. In addition to winning the conference tournament, we want to concede very few goals as a team. And we also want to win the rest of our ODAC in-season games so that we can claim that #1 seed headed into the conference tournament. And then off the field, we really want to maintain our positive and united team culture that's really special to our team and that we really pride ourselves on.
Great. Well, Grace, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now joining me is Nick Watson, a senior cross-country runner from Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, glad to be here. Your team is on a roll, but it's also having to recover from a year off. So they're kind of two different things going there. So how does it feel to be getting back to running after losing an entire season to the pandemic?
I mean, frankly, it's fantastic. Like all W&L athletes, I love playing my sport, and I wouldn't be playing it if I didn't love it. It's a little bit strange getting back out there on grass. We were able to have a little bit of a track season last year, though, cross country is a lot different than a 5K. It's awesome getting the team back together. Our practices weren't super disrupted by COVID last year, but we certainly weren't allowed to compete. So it's going to take a couple more races to shake off the rust before we get out there and bust out a good one.
You've been on multiple ODAC championship teams. In fact, cross country is one, I'm looking to make sure I get this right, 5 title seasons, 5 straight title championships. How do you keep that going for a 6th one while you're coping with all you went through last year?
I mean, frankly, it's just about focusing on the end goal. We were able to get in some fantastic training last year despite not having many competitions. We were able to have some time trials and stuff like that. But frankly, it's just about doing what we've been doing, which is training hard and just showing up on the day and executing.
So Nick, as an individual, you placed in the top 25 at the JMU Invitational earlier this month. Team-wise, team finished 3rd out of 8 teams at the Shenandoah Hornet Harrier on Saturday. But how can the team find a sort of higher gear to slip into to build momentum into the conference championship?
Well, the beauty of cross country and track is that it's a long-term sport. It's something that you train for all summer and then you get ready for in the fall. So we've been doing a lot higher mileage this year than we have in the past. Guys have been doing longer runs day in and day out, longer long runs on the weekends. And particularly our workouts have been a lot more strength-oriented than speed-oriented, and they've been that way for longer throughout the season. So we're still in a space where we're really building endurance. So come the last couple weeks, come ODACs, you'll really see a team that is a lot more quicker on their feet.
Great. What would it take to go beyond ODAC? So you guys are the dominant team at the ODAC level, at the conference level. What would it take to get into the NCAA championship, which you almost did your first 2 years on the team?
That's obviously been the goal. I mean, Lynchburg has been rising up in the ranks in the ODACs when it comes to running, and it's great having some extra competition, to be honest. It really spurs us in training. It gets us out the door every morning, but when it comes to the NCAA championship, that's what we've been focused on since the start. That's what we've been focused on since, my entire career here, but particularly this summer and this season. We have a lot of talent, and we have a lot of guys that just need to trust their training, just need to believe in themselves, think of themselves as, not just ODAC champions, but a top 20 team at the NCAA, and get out there on the day of regionals and just execute.
Nick, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming week. This evening, women's soccer plays host to Eastern Mennonite, and volleyball travels to Lynchburg. On Friday, men's cross country competes at the Lehigh Paul Short Run, while women's soccer hosts Lynchburg. Field hockey plays at Ferrum, and men's tennis opens play at the ITA South-Southeast Region Championships. On Saturday, football travels to Hampton-Sydney. Volleyball hosts a tri-match with Shenandoah and Christopher Newport, and men's soccer hosts Lynchburg. And on Monday and Tuesday, men's golf travels to the Wabash Invitational, while women's golf hosts the Generals Cup Invitational, and field hockey plays host to Roanoke. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Kevin Finch. Thanks for watching.